Hi folks, John with the Wingman 115 channel. Today we're going to be talking about high pressure air compressors for your paintball guns and your PCP air guns. Let's go. Today I'm going to be talking about the air compressor from ToAuto. It's the A3 and it's a high pressure air compressor. It goes up to 4,500 PSI. First, what we're going to do is cut away. I'll do a quick specs rundown on this air compressor, and then we'll fill up a gun, and then we'll come back and then we'll talk about it. Let's talk about the A3 for a little bit. First off, let's talk about the philosophy of use. There's a lot of confusion out there. A lot of folks think that with this style of unit that you're going to be able to fill up scuba tanks, the tanks that the fire department uses, the OBA system and such. This system is not designed for that. You're looking at 6-liter tanks, huge, that normally have industrial size compressors that are going to be filling those tanks. One, it's going to put too much load on this system. You're just going to trash it, you're going to burn it up, and you're going to cause excessive wear. So what they recommend is a half-liter tank or smaller. This is designed to fill up your air guns, the tanks on your air guns, and small pony bottles. You can use this air compressor in a couple different capacities. First, there's the 12 volt. You can hook it up to your vehicle. You need to leave the car running. That's just my public service announcement. Don't try to do this just off the battery, because if you're camping, if you're out in a remote area and you do that, you're probably going to discharge that battery and you're not going to be able to start your car. So word to the wise, you want to make sure that your vehicle is running when you hook this compressor up to your battery. Second, it runs off of 110 and also 220. So if you're in a bunch of different environments, if you're in a bunch of different locations in the world, you have the versatility to be able to run it off of different voltage. Let's talk about plug and play system. And you're saying, John, plug and play system on an air compressor. Well, this is probably one of the easiest systems that I've ever used. First off, you just plug it in, the fan's going to start. I hook it up to my air gun with the Foster fitting. It's plugged in. I close down the bleed off valve, and then I start the compressor. And then I have it already set to the maximum PSI on the pressure gauge that I want. In my case, I was filling up my air gun, had a 3,000 PSI limit. So I turned my dial and my gauge to 3,000 PSI. And then once it reaches that threshold, it shuts off automatically. Now, they recommend that you also hit the compressor button to shut off the compressor, and then let the fan run for about 15 or 20 minutes just to cool the whole system down. If you want these systems to last, you have to follow the instructions, not add too much load to the system, and then properly cool them down. That's the secret sauce that's going to make these air compressors last you a very long time. The compressor also came with a bunch of different items here to basically do a rebuild. You have a bunch of O-rings in here, you have fuses, you have some silicone lube, there's springs, there's burst discs, and You even have some water and oil filters. One of the reasons also that I was drawn to this style of air compressor over the old style that I had, that I showcased on this channel probably 5-6 years ago, that was water cooled, is that this whole unit is self-contained. It'll basically fit in a milk crate. You don't need to bring a bucket of water with you. You don't need to swap out any oil, any of that stuff. It's just plug and play, you're good to go. My goal with this video is simple, just to get this item out in front of you, to give you folks options. There's affordable options out there, and we're all working hard for our money, and I'm just trying to find stuff that is gonna work for you and that you don't have to spend a ton of money on. I'm going to do a long-term test on this. We're gonna test it in the field. We're gonna be using the 12-volt cables and such. So look in a few months for a follow-up video on this compressor. If you want to learn more about this, I'll leave a link in the video description below. I'll also leave an Amazon link. I make no money with this link at all. I'm just trying to share it with you and trying to pass on some savings for you folks. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.